welcome back to my channel. On today's video, it is professional bakers versus amateur baker, which is me. We're outside Duchess Bakery right now and we are picking up the Duke cake. And I'm going to take the Duke cake home and try to recreate it. Duchess Bakery is open in 2009 right here in Edmonton, Alberta, and it has since been making waves all across Canada and all across the world for being one of the best bakeries. They also offer cooking classes, baking classes. You can buy some of their bakery ingredients, some frozen treats to take home with you. So let's go inside and we'll pick up a Duke cake. Okay, let's go. Oh, okay. Hey guys, welcome to the video. I'm going to use their recipe book that I got here. And I'm going to recreate that cake today to see how close I can get it to the original one. Now I have one here with me, but it's a mini cake. The larger size cake is like $49. Couldn't justify spending that much, especially when I was going to recreate it, because what would I do with two cakes? I have the miniature version here. It is so adorable. There's quite a bit of steps. Quite a few steps. There's 3 pages. That's a lot. The ingredients don't look particularly difficult, and the way you put it together doesn't seem difficult. It's definitely going to be in the final touches and the finesse of this cake. You are going to first take 30 grams of dark chocolate, take hot coffee, half a cup, and pour it over the 30 grams of dark chocolate. You're going to whisk it together until all the chocolate is melted. Okay, I made a giant mess, so we're going to start that over again. I'm already a mess. This is off to a great start. Now that the chocolate is melted, I'm going to set this aside and get together some of the other ingredients. I got 118 grams of flour. In the flour, I added 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 60 grams of cocoa, 200 grams of sugar. We're going to give this a stir. Set this aside. Take 1 egg, 1/4 cup vegetable oil, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Set the oven for 325 degrees. Grease 1 8-inch round pan. Half a cup of buttermilk. You're just going to whisk this together. You're then going to take the coffee mixture and slowly whisk in the egg mixture. You're going to then add the dry ingredients, and it says do not overmix it. Place this in the oven for 45 minutes until a toothpick comes clean. While this is baking in the oven, I'm going to start making the caramel. You'll need 130 grams of heavy cream. You're going to cook it over medium heat until it forms this brown color. The sugar is now all fully melted down, and you're going to take the whipping cream and put it into the microwave and microwave it till it's scalding, and then you're going to slowly add it to this and stir it around. It is going to make some noise and bubble up. I'm going to add in the pieces of butter. Added all the butter, you're going to add the almond flour. You're supposed to add in some salt as well. We're just going to blend this up. Oh my gosh, this caramel looks so good. Just take 188 grams of dark chocolate and either melt it on a double boiler or put it in the microwave until it's melted. Take 84 grams of sugar, 2 tablespoons of water, and 1 tablespoon of corn syrup and add it to the mixture. You have heated those ingredients together, and now you're going to add the heavy cream and just whisk together. Take the container that has the melted chocolate, and you're going to pour this in 3 parts, making just stir after every addition. You are going to transfer this ganache into this container and let it sit until it's at room temperature. Done making the frosting, and I have never made frosting like this before, but it's just so perfect. And without icing sugar, I usually make it with icing sugar and it's so high calorie. This looks incredible. I'm so excited. So the next step, put your cake on the turntable. And you're going to take the knife and you're going to cut the cake in half. You're going to pour half a cup of this salted caramel onto the cake. Leave some room for the edges so that the caramel doesn't come out. Once that layer is done, you're gonna put the cake back on top. Whew. I messed up. I think my first mistake was that I thought that I could definitely make the cake. I definitely made all of the parts of the cake. When it came to putting it together, I just thought that it would be really easy, so I made some very, very rookie mistakes. First, I want to say that I do make cakes, and I do make them well sometimes. I will post some pictures up here of previous work that I have done where I've just made a cake. It looked lovely, people enjoyed it. Now, when you go to make a layered cake, the first layer, it always has the bottom of the cake at the bottom with that little dome part over top, and you always cut that off and even it out. Now, when you go to put the top on, you want to do the reverse. You want to cut that part off, but then use that as the bottom, because then if it's a little uneven, it'll kind of get hidden in the frosting and you won't really notice. That was my first mistake. I definitely put the dome part on the top. Once that layer is done, you're going to put the cake back on top. So the cake looks like a dome, first off. The second problem, in all of my videos, or most of my videos during the 12 days of Christmas, I stressed how important it was to not put it at the full time before checking on it, because every oven is different. And then you're going to cook it for 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna start at 8 minutes and then move my way to 10. So if I look at the cookies and I like the way that they look and they're not too dark on the outside, then I'll put them in for longer. Well, I not only just put it on for the time, the 45 minutes for the cake to cook, but I didn't even check on it once during the time I was baking, and it became so dry. So when I'm going to go cut it on the top, it's like crusty. It's crusty and I'm trying to cut it, and so it's just like, okay. Problem number 2. Problem number 3, when I went to go put the icing on, I didn't account for how crusty it was, so it started to like break in some places. So putting on the icing, I was just like, at this point, just like very upset that I've done this. So I put all of the icing on, whatever, throw it in the fridge, but it doesn't smooth out very well, obviously. So there's some bumps. And then imagine pouring chocolate hot ganache on top of it with lumpy bumps. I'm reminded of this time that I made my boyfriend's sister a birthday cake, and she loves those almond joy bars, and they're just like these little chocolates. And I thought, oh, why don't I make her like a bounty cake? I'll just make like one giant bounty cake. I'll cover in chocolate, I'll coconut in the middle. It'll be delicious. Well, I made it look like a giant turd. It looked like a giant piece of poo. Awful, it's just awful. What is happening? It just looks like a giant dome covered in chocolate, and it's lumpy. It doesn't even look like chocolate. It's just like lumpy. I had every intention of showing up and being like, I made this cake. It's perfect. Look at me go. You're just gonna stare in awe at my stupidity and how I created this cake not like the bakery did, and how I failed this challenge. So I'm gonna show you the cake now. Here is the original one. This is mine. Okay, I've tried both pieces of the cake, and mine is pretty similar on the inside, but definitely not near as appetizing. Like, nobody would buy a piece of this cake looking the way it does, but the insides are actually quite similar. I'm disappointed in myself. Thanks so much, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, maybe even hit the subscribe button, and I will see you on my next video. Bye, guys.